Hello, welcome to the 6 o'clock news. My name is Stefano Gaspar.
And my name is Leandra Astier.
In today's news, we're going to be discussing the Latin American countries of Cuba and El Salvador and how their certain views have made impacts for groups of people, specifically homosexuals. Camps known as UMAP, short for Unidades Militares de Ayuda la Protección, imprison thousands of openly closed and presumed gays for up to 3 years without significant reason why. They also jailed those individuals who are affiliated with free expression, such as artists, intellectuals, and young peasants. They even jailed religious leaders, for example, Catholic priests, Protestants, and Jehovah's Witnesses. After years of injustice, Heidi Santamaria and Carlos Ronquay forced Fidel Castro to shut down these camps in 1968. But the mystery of homosexuals did not stop here. In 1971, there was a ban on hiring gays on certain jobs that could have influence on the youth, for example, teaching. This eventually led to Cuban laws censoring so much of what the youth was exposed to. They regularly prosecuted those identified with certain music, fashion, and attitudes that could lead back to Cuban gays. The government claimed that young men who wore tights imitating Elvis Presley were feminine and therefore threatening the revolution. Cuba followed the Soviet Union and the United States, who both expressed their views during the Cold War and feeling threatened by the homosexuality, saying that it threatened national security. Ironically enough, the state targeted homosexuality when they were trying to revolutionize the society.
Wow, Stefano, that was very interesting.
I know. But did you know that Spain was the first Spanish-speaking country to accept same-sex marriages?
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that. What about El Salvador?
Well, El Salvador continues to remain standstill about the topic. Governments in El Salvador feel that they are merely trying to keep traditional marriage as the norm in their citizens' lifestyles. They do not discriminate against homosexuals, but they don't want to legalize it. In 1996, the ICCPR, the International Convent on Civil and Political Rights, was created to support the right of non-discrimination based on sexual orientation. They also support the right of all individuals, regardless of gender and race. A 2002 court case, Jocelyn v. New Zealand, unfortunately showed that the ICCPR only permitted only men and women to get married. This caused much controversy as the Article 23 of the ICCPR was not specific to gender. However, in April of 2009, the Assembly considered amendments that would change constitutionally ban same-sex marriages. The initial vote to adopt these amendments passed, and so the legislative process then moved toward the ratification stage. Around this time, Salvadorans elected Mauricio Funes as the new president of El Salvador, a member of the left-wing party FMLN. Their party was against this idea of same-sex marriage, so when it came time to ratify the amendments, they voted against ratification. This was significant because it was the first time someone from the leftist party was elected president. The people thought they were going to bring change since their ideals were so different from the previous presidency, but this wasn't true.
Wow, Stefano, that was really interesting.
Thanks. I find it really interesting to see how the government, the type of laws that they have regarding this issue of homosexuality in these types of countries. But, I want to know, is this the same thing, regarding religion?
Great that you said that, actually. I just found some new information about religion. Often, when the topic of religion and homosexuality arise, many times a connection is made between Catholicism and homophobia. However, in Cuba, the Catholic Church is popular among gays because of the opposition to the regime. The Catholic Church in Cuba, and particularly the Archbishop of Havana, Cardinal Ortega, are seen as sympathetic to homosexuals. This was brought about from the Catholic Church's defense of human rights in Cuba. Other researchers have found that some gay Latino populations found comfort and safety in the Catholic Church. One Cuban citizen shared that because the government is against the church and against homosexuals, some gays are attracted to the Catholic Church. Another gentleman, Diego, who is a Catholic, went even further to say that he believed that the presence of many gay priests attracted gays to the Catholic Church. While many non-Catholic Cubans view the church as accepting, one man, Jose, reasoned that the problem is that the Catholic Church cannot tell you that you're not welcomed in the church anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And so in El Salvador, it's a little bit different, though. It's what you usually expect the Catholic Church's view.
It seems that Cuba is different from the rest of the Latin American countries. For one, they're leftist. Does that have any correlation to any other Latin American countries?
That's interesting you said that, because El Salvador also has a leftist president. However, they run things a little bit differently. I have some information on that as well. Actually, in El Salvador, there is much support for the constitutional amendment stating that marriage can only be between a man and a woman. The Catholic Church presented over 300,000 signatures
300,000?
Yes, 300,000 signatures against homosexual unions. An Archbishop of El Salvador, in a letter thanking lawmakers, stated, "Promotion of and defense of family has always been a concern of the Church. In her commitment to the common good and happiness of the human person and society at large." He is not attacking any group in specific, but certain marriages are immoral and go against what the Catholic Church believes. The edicts made by the higher officials in the Catholic Church influence the people of El Salvador because 52.5% of the population is Catholic. So you can imagine how much an effect that what comes out from the Catholic Church affects the people of El Salvador.
Oh wow, that's very interesting.
Yeah, right? You know, Stefano, it's really crazy to see how much the Catholic Church has an impact in Latin American countries, as we just saw with El Salvador and Cuba.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely going to be interesting to see like how the status quo of that situation is now. But I think our geographical analyst, Dami Kim, can actually help us with that.
It's a great idea. Send it to you, Dami.
In El Salvador and Cuba, like other countries in Latin America, homosexuality is still the issue that has been constantly debated. Like other countries in Latin America, they both are not recognizing same-sex marriage yet. However, a lot of gay people and gay activists are striving for pro-gay movement in various ways. Now you're going to see what's happening in El Salvador and Cuba.
In San Salvador, they beat drums and dressed up in drag. They even did their makeup. Waving big gay flags in front of the media, the gay community in El Salvador came out to show their pride this past weekend. About 300 people taking part in the Gay Pride Parade, calling for an end to homophobia.
There was a gay parade in El Salvador in July 2012. A lot of people came out to speak about how the government should protect gay people's rights, such as marriage. The gay parade was a really important part of it.
I am promoting marriage, but it was not accepted by many groups of people. And so what we are negotiating is the legalization of consensual unions, and that the legalization of these unions would guarantee, more than anything, their property rights, inheritance rights.
In Cuba, the daughter of Cuban President is working actively as a gay rights activist to protect gay people's rights, such as same-sex marriage. Compared to El Salvador, Cuba is very open to homosexuality because a lot of people along the daughter of Cuban President is working really actively. For conclusion, both Cuba and El Salvador are experiencing gay rights movements with a lot of gay activist group and human rights group. In Cuba, the daughter of president is working as gay activist, while in El Salvador they recently successfully carried out their gay parade in July 2012. A lot of people are moving towards pro-gay movement, however, there's still a lot to achieve. Now back to you, Leandra and Stefano.
Thank you, Dami, for that great segment you just shared with
Thank you
us.
so much.
You know, Stefano, we can't close out our show without hearing about what our fellow viewers have to say.
Yes, of course. Our favorite segment on the show is Ask a Stranger with our very own Kelly Ramirez. So we take you live with Kelly.
Well, thanks, Stefano and Leandra. Well, I'm here in College Park in front of McKelding with Testudo over here, and I want to see what the people think about the current events that have been going on in El Salvador and Cuba. I want to see what people think about the kissing parade that there was in Cuba in La Habana, and I want to see what people think about the gay parade that happened in San Salvador. So let's get our first person over here. Testudo, what do you think about these issues that have been going on? Thanks for that, Testudo. So let's get some other people to give us their opinion.
I'm totally cool with homosexuality in Cuba and El Salvador.
If they're okay with it, if they want to be with somebody else of their same sex, they should be able to do it.
Homosexuality is totally different than years past. Years past was not tolerated. Like, I feel like this is day and age that perspectives is being changed. It's more tolerated. It's more people not get offended that much like it was before.
Well, thank you, Kelly. Well, guys, that's today's show. I'm Stefano Gaspar.
And I'm Leandra Estier.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. See you
Take
guys
care.
later.